So I didn't set out to talk about any of this, but today was really just about getting out, getting back on the bike, and heading somewhere I haven't been for a while. There's a spot out here, just 2 trees tucked away in the pine woods of Formby. I called it the summer retreat after finding it during one of the hottest times last year. I don't really know how to explain it properly, but around this time of year, something always pulls me back out here. Not because of a date on a calendar, just something in the air. You start to see it, the trees beginning to come back to life, the first signs of green, everything waking up again after winter. And for me, this always feels like the real beginning of the year. Not January, not a number on a page, but this moment where everything starts breathing again. You can feel it. And for me, this is the time to step away from everything else and come back to something a bit more real. There's a church I pass on the way in. It's actually the place where all of this started for me. I've walked past it plenty of times before, but one day something about it just caught my attention. Not in a dramatic way, just a quiet curiosity. The shapes, the patterns, the feeling that there was something there I didn't quite understand. And that stayed with me, because once you notice something like that, you don't really unnotice it. You start seeing it in other places, other churches, other structures, patterns repeating. And then I come through here, out of the roads, out of the noise, and into the trees. And this is where everything changes. I can't really explain it properly, but the moment I step into a place like this, something slows down. The constant thinking, the background noise, it just eases off a bit. And for the first time in the day, you're actually here in the moment. I didn't always have that. There was a time when I felt completely out of place. When I was much younger, I moved from South Africa to the UK, and it hit me harder than I expected. Different culture, different weather, a different way of life. And for a long time, I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. So I just did what most people do. I adapted. I found something to attach to, something that felt familiar. But looking back now, that was probably the first time I started questioning identity. Then years later, something shifted again. There was this pull to start looking a bit deeper, reading, researching, trying to understand things in a different way. Out here, it feels different. The moment you step away from everything into a place like this, attention immediately shifts out of the head and more into the heart, as nature is much more felt. The air, the sound of the trees, and the stillness between everything. And from that place, things just feel clearer. Not because you've worked anything out, but because you've stopped trying to. And strangely, something as simple as this, getting on the bike, coming out here, finding 2 trees, and putting up a hammock, has probably done more for me than anything else. Because out here, there's nothing telling you who you're supposed to be. No noise, no pressure, no constant input, just space. And in that space, you start noticing things differently. Not just out there, but inside yourself. And maybe that's why I keep coming back. Not to escape anything, but just to reconnect with something that feels a bit more natural. And walking back through here, there's a sense of something opening up, like an old rhythm doesn't quite fit anymore. And something quieter, something more grounded is starting to come through. A different way of being in all of this. Slower, more present, more connected to what's actually here. I don't know exactly where it leads, but it feels like the beginning of something. And for now, that's enough to keep following.